Oh, hey. So now that we got through the first section of Redwall, let's find out what's gonna happen on the quest. Chapter 1. Mathis came awake slowly. He blinked, yawned, and stretched his body luxuriously. The sun was setting, turning the little stream into a flow of malted red and gold tinged with deep shadow. He lay calm, savoring the peace and quiet of the woodland summer evening. Reality struck him like a thunderbolt. He sprang to his feet instantly, forgetting the beauty that surrounded him. Excuse me. Laying there, snoring and sleeping like a lazy little idiot, and all the while Redwall Abbey and his friends were under attack. Furious with himself, Mathis strode off angrily into the darkening trees. He could find no words strong enough to express his self-content. It was not until he blundered and crashed along his way for some time, wildly upbraiding himself, that he calmed down with the realization that he was well and truly lost. No tree, path, or landmark looked remotely familiar. He despaired of ever seeing Redwall again. Night closed in on the small mouse, wandering alone in the depths of Mossflower. Eerie cries pierced the still air. Trees and bushes reached out their branches to catch and scratch like living things with claws. Trembling, Mathis took refuge in an old beech trunk that had once been riven by lightning. Gradually, he became critical of himself again. The great warrior, frightened of the dark, like a baby church mouse. From somewhere overhead, he heard a scratching noise. Summoning all his courage, he banished his fears. Drawing Shadow's dagger, he stepped out into the open, calling aloud in what hoped was a gruff voice. "Who's doing all that scratching and scraping? Come out and show yourself. If you are a friend, but if you're a rat out there, then you'd best start running. Otherwise, you'll have to deal with me, Mathis, a warrior of Redwall." Having spoken his piece, Mathis felt his confidence surge back. He stood tense and alert. However, he received no answer, save the mocking echo of his own voice ringing back at him through the dark woodlands. A slight noise at his back caused Mathis to wheel about with the dagger upraised. He found himself confronted by a baby red squirrel. It gazed up at him curiously, sucking noisily on its paw. Mathis practically dropped the dagger through laughing so much. So this was the nameless terror that stalked the night. The tiny creature continued sucking on its paw, shifting from foot to foot. Its bushy tail curled up over the small back, higher than the tips of his ears. Mathis stooped, speaking gently, for the fear of frightening the infant. "Hello there. My name is Mathis. What's yours?" The baby squirrel continued sucking on its paw. "Do your mommy and daddy know you're out?" It nodded its head. "Are you lost, little one?" It shook its head. "Do you talk?" It shook its head. Do you often wander about like this at night? It nodded. Mathis smiled disarmingly. He threw his paws open wide. I'm lost. The paw sucking continued without comment. I came from Redwall Abbey. Suck, suck, suck. Do you know where that is? The baby squirrel nodded. Mathis was overjoyed. Oh, my little friend, please, could you show me the way? He asked. It nodded. Thank you very much. The tiny squirrel hopped and shuffled a short way into the woods. Turning to Mathis, it took his paw from its mouth and beckoned him to follow. He needed no second urging. Suck, suck, suck. Well, at least, Mathen thought aloud, if I lose sight of this fellow, I'd be able to hear him. The baby squirrel smiled and nodded and sucked. And with that, I think I'm going to stop at chapter 2 and pick it up there in the next one. Until then,